Caught on camera, a car crashes into a gun store in an attempted burglary. And this shop in this video, it's owned by a local sheriff. Tonight at 6, we're getting a closer look at that surveillance video from last night.
Jenny Runovich shares the crime and why this alleged crook may have picked the wrong place to target.
Well, police say the suspect used a stolen Buick basically as a battering ram to break into this gun store, busting out windows and doors, pushing aside boulders to get in.
Take a look at the surveillance video from gunslingers in Anderson. A guy behind the wheel going after guns in a car police say was stolen out of Indianapolis, backing up, then crashing into the doors over and over again.
You can see his multiple attempts here. That's like number 2 or 3.
He's also trying to squeeze through these boulders by the doors meant to deter this exact crime. But when the frame and glass give way, our suspect gets a surprise as he runs inside. The Madison County Sheriff, who co-owns Gunslingers, protects weapons from theft. And within seconds, the suspected crook walks out, hands up, empty-handed.
Of course, all of our firearms are locked up at night in the vault, and there's nothing here for him. And by the time he makes it back around the counter, the police are here. So he does a lot of pacing back here as he sees the lights out here in the front. So I'm guessing he figured his situation just deteriorated rapidly for him.
So while the shop has a lot of cleanup ahead, the suspect is now facing a burglary charge. Again, he didn't get away with any guns, but he might be getting jail time. In Anderson, Jenny Runovich, 13 News.
Tonight, the woman accused in 2 fatal crashes and 3 weeks apart is now pleading guilty.
Her license will be suspended for 6 years as part of her plea deal. 58-year-old Kelly Anderson agreed to plead guilty to 2 counts of reckless homicide. Now, as part of this agreement, Anderson's sentence won't exceed 3 years for each charge served concurrently.
According to police reports, Anderson said she had a seizure disorder and didn't remember either crash. In court today, prosecutors say she was going 40 miles an hour when she hit Dr. Brian Dillman on Meridian Kessler in May of 2022. And then 3 weeks later, prosecutors say Kiana Burns died. She was going 68 miles an hour and didn't brake before she caused an 8-car pileup on Keystone Avenue, killing Kiana, the mother of 4. Anderson's sentencing is now set for April 10th.
Tonight, we have more information behind that arrest and detainment of 2 men here in Indy from Honduras.
The video of their arrest by ICE has sure been getting a lot of shares online. So today, to learn more, Logan Gay spoke to a friend of the family and shares the overall impact of these arrests.
We now know what led up to immigration enforcement stopping and detaining Jose Montoya Lopez and Amner Nunez Vasquez. In the cell phone video, you see them being dragged out of their vehicle by immigration officers after refusing to obey the agent's commands. A family friend of Jose's, Jeanette Kennedy, has been in touch with his wife. She says it's been difficult on the family.
It's definitely been stressful. As you can imagine, he is a father and a husband, and he's not there, and his future is unknown right now. So it's definitely been scary.
The men are currently in detention centers. Immigration attorney John Broyles reviewed the detainment documents for 13 News, and he says according to them, Jose had an outstanding removal order and a warrant for his arrest. He said records show Abner is in the country undocumented. Broyles says people skipping their immigration hearings is not necessarily uncommon.
The biggest one that we hear is fear. And it's usually fear that they don't understand the process.
As for the future for both men, Burrell says he expects Amner may be placed in removal proceedings. He would have a right for a bond hearing to determine if he's eligible to be released on bond while proceedings are ongoing. As for Jose, the path to get back into the United States could be more difficult due to his previous immigration case. Kennedy says she hopes people feel some compassion when they look at this video.
Just think about it for a moment. These are people. You know, these are people. These are human beings.
In Indianapolis, Logan Gay, 13 News.
Jose's family is now working with an attorney, and they claim he did go to a hearing. Their attorney, they say, reportedly having a hard time right now reaching him while he's being detained.
Tonight at 6, a man is now under arrest following a fight that led to a shooting on the city's near west side.
This happened just after 8 o'clock Sunday night. Police say the officers responded to the area of 10th Street and Holt Road after receiving reports of gunshots and a man and woman arguing. When officers arrived, they found a 36-year-old man shot and a woman at the home.
The man was taken to a nearby hospital in stable condition. Police investigated and determined a fight broke out inside the house. Police arrested the man on preliminary charges of domestic battery. An Indianapolis man will spend more than 5 decades behind bars for a deadly shooting in 2023.
This sentencing comes just a month after a jury found him guilty in that shooting. Rodriguez Morgan is sentenced to 55 years for shooting and killing Tracy Harnon inside a car near 30th Street between Midhofer and German Church Roads. This crime occurred back in October of 2023.
Police found Morgan passed out in the driver's seat of the car. A witness told investigators he heard the two arguing before that shooting.
So close to 70 today. Here's a live look outside, sunny. I mean, this is the weather to start a Monday. Get you going, get some energy going.
And with all those basketball fans coming in town, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Right?
And you were right, so close to 70.
Yes.
68. We missed it by 2, but don't you worry, there are some 70s in that 7-day forecast. We're going to be close to it again tomorrow. Right now, we're in the 60s. We have 64 Greensburg, 67 Brown County, 66 Crawfordsville, and 66 degrees in Carmel under mainly sunny skies. These temperatures, by the way, about 10 warmer from this time yesterday. We're up 10 in Richmond. It's 9 degrees warmer in Muncie, Greencastle, Terre Haute, Lafayette, and Bedford. We're up 8 in Indianapolis, and we will stay in the 60s through 8 o'clock. Sunset this evening happens at about 7:45. Once the sun goes down, those numbers will drop into the 50s. Relatively mild start, mid-40s tomorrow. We're going to be into the upper 60s for most of central Indiana with more sunshine tomorrow. Tomorrow is also the statewide tornado drill. I'm going to have more on that in the full forecast, but a reminder that this week is Severe Weather Preparedness Week. Have a safety plan and know where to go in the event of severe weather.
Good reminder, Angela. Thanks. Tonight at 6, childcare for some children here in Indiana is actually costing more than college.
That is hard to believe, but it's true. We're breaking down a new report that has these alarming numbers and what lawmakers here in Indiana say they're doing about it. Samantha Johnson's at the State House tonight.
This new report comes from the Economic Policy Institute. It says the average annual cost of infant care here in Indiana tops $14,000. That's more than $1,200 a month and makes Indiana one of 38 states where infant care costs more than college. That $14,000 passing IU in-state tuition around $12,000 and Purdue just under $10 grand. Vanessa Green-Cinders with the Indiana Chamber of Commerce tells me employers and employees have felt this pressure for years.
We all need to keep talking about it, right? Because that's how you're going to make change and that's how you're going to get things done.
Indiana families paying those high prices if they can get into a child care facility. Many of them have long wait lists. And lawmakers say more can be done to help.
Let's be clear, creating a wait list for a program that helps parents afford childcare, like we've seen recently, is not acceptable. Families need support now, not years down the line.
Back here at the State House, Senate Bill 463 is designed to streamline some regulations for child care facilities, which could open up availability across the state. It's a bipartisan bill called Child Care Matters. It'll be back in front of a committee next week. Cinders adding it will take all of us, community members, employers, and lawmakers to find a solution.
Because we know that it's going to be important to the workforce and Indiana's future economic success.
At the State House, Samantha Johnson, 13 News.